Welcome to English Story. The night was cold, and the streets were empty, except for one young man sitting alone on a broken bench near the bus stop. His name was Daniel, and in his trembling hands, he held a crumpled wallet with only a few coins left inside. He pulled his jacket tighter, fighting both the chill in the air and the heavier storm inside his heart. For years, he had dreamed of building something, of breaking free from poverty, but each attempt had only led to failure, rejection, and humiliation. That night, he felt like a man standing at the edge of the cliff, with nothing left to lose. Before we continue, if you believe in English, second chances, and the power of never giving up, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to English Story. Your support helps us create more emotional, real-life stories that inspire hearts around the world. Daniel's childhood had been anything but easy. Born in a struggling family, his father worked 2 jobs while his mother sewed clothes late into the night just to put food on the table. Daniel often studied by the dim glow of a single bulb, whispering to himself that one day he would make life better for them. But as he grew older, the world seemed to push harder against him. He failed in school more than once because he struggled with English, and later, every job interview turned into a disaster when his broken sentences and nervous pauses exposed his weakness. Friends moved on, building careers and families, while Daniel remained trapped, watching life pass him by. One day, after yet another rejection, Daniel walked past a bookstore and stopped at the display window. His eyes fell on a book titled, Success Stories of Self-Made Millionaires. Something inside him shifted. He stepped inside, spent his last savings, and carried that book home as if it were treasure. Each page lit a fire in him. He discovered that every great story of success had one thing in common: failure. They all failed, but they refused to stop. That realization cracked open a new belief in Daniel's heart. He started small. With almost nothing in his pocket, he began offering English tutoring to kids in his neighborhood. At first, no one believed in him, but slowly, parents noticed the way he connected with children. He used his own broken journey to make learning simple and fun. What began as 2 students in a cramped living room grew into 10, then 20, until Daniel realized he was running a small teaching center. But the road was not smooth. He faced jealousy, harsh words, and even betrayal from people who mocked him, saying, "A man who barely speaks English can't teach it." At night, Daniel cried silently, wondering if they were right. Yet every morning, he wiped his tears and pushed forward, reminding himself of his parents' sacrifices and his own promise to never give up. He read every book he could find, watched videos, practiced speaking for hours in front of a mirror, and slowly transformed both his English and his confidence. Years passed, and what started as a dream became a reality. Daniel's small center grew into one of the most popular language institutes in the city. He hired teachers, expanded classrooms, and built an online platform that reached thousands of learners worldwide. The boy who once sat in interviews with shaking hands now stood on international stages, speaking fluently, inspiring millions with his journey. His institute became worth millions of dollars, and Daniel, the boy with no money, no connections, and no fluent English, had become a millionaire. But more than the money, it was the pride in his parents' eyes that filled his heart. His father, who once worked endless nights, now rested peacefully. His mother, whose tired hands once stitched clothes, now sat smiling in the front row of his seminars. Daniel had not only changed his own life, he had lifted his family and inspired countless others who once felt hopeless. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to English Story. Your support means everything to us and helps bring more real, emotional journeys to life. And before you go, I have one special request. Please comment below the moment in this story that inspired you the most. Your words may not only encourage us but could also inspire someone else who is fighting their own silent battles today.